What's up, guys? This is Nick. We are back. Gonna try to start making videos again. So I thought I'd start off with picking up $25,000 in Pokemon slabs for Whatnot. Gonna be starting these all at $1. Hoping Wednesday. I've got some stuff going on this week, so it might get pushed back, but it will be run sometime this week, probably Wednesday or Friday, one of the two. Mostly PSA English, but there is a chunk of other stuff, so we'll hop right into it. This was picked up at pretty much 3 different locations. The Midwest Monster, a single collection pickup, well, 2 collection pickups of like $1,600 is what I paid, and $6,450, and then at the Nashville Card Show. So we'll start out here. We've got some tag slabs. Lots of cheap slabs, obviously, for Whatnot. Nothing too big. I'll go over some of the bigger purchases, but lots of just cheap tag off the bat. Gotta fill the streams with some sort of quantity, so I had that. I'll usually put these with the Beckett, but a little bit of SGC. Don't tend to buy Pokemon SGC, but did get a fairly decent deal on these. Just paid percentage of raw on this Espeon. It's the only reason I picked that up. That actually can go to the expensive pile. Then we've got this Neo Rev Ho-Oh. It's in an AGS slab, but it's a $100 and some card in LPMP condition, so still happy with that pickup. Old label Beckett on this Mega Absol before they switched over to what it looks like now. Haven't been doing a ton of Beckett. It's just have one friend that's been submitting there, so I picked these up from him. Just a bunch of Celebrations 9.5s. Thought it was good Whatnot pickup. He gave me a pretty good deal on them. Don't know how they'll sell, so willing to test it out. I try to run a Pokemon stream every 6 weeks, currently is the goal. It's going to get a little bit dicey here as I am getting ready to move, and I don't want to move cards with me. I think I have enough time to restock before I move, but that is a bit of a shade of a problem here. Dragonite, Execute, Mr. Mime, Geodude. Nice Mew here. CGC English. Don't love to do CGC because it's the Whatnot choice. People get tired of it on Whatnot. So I do try to mostly fill this out with PSA. But obviously, when you're trying to get to a minimum of 200 slabs, it does get a little bit difficult to only do PSA. But I did a fairly good job this time around, I feel like, of getting as much PSA as I could. Nice pristine Charizard there. And got a little bit of an interesting mix on the Pokemon CGC, like the Azurill e-reader, another e-reader there. Also try to limit my Japanese. Obviously, it's easier to grade. It's probably the better Whatnot type of cards is the Japanese, to be completely honest. Like these type of things, they're probably this is probably like, I don't know how much this Weevil is, but like this type of like art rares or trainer galleries, whatever, they tend to run like $1 to $5, and then CGC, I don't know what CGC is up to now. When I used to send stuff to CGC, it was like $8. So then like if you got $20 on Whatnot, it's just free money no matter how it went. Chinese Gem Pack Prismatic Eevee, thought that was a good Whatnot card. Tag teams, even in Chinese, I'll pick them up. A little bit of Bandai. Stuffle. But pretty much the theme with the CGC that I pick up is just cheap kind of filler. But try to not pick up like stuff that I think is stupid. Like, I think all this looks good, but it is kind of a more filler type stuff. But that's all the CGC. This is the only PSA Japanese that I have. Did not end up picking up a ton of PSA Japanese. And then I feel like I picked up some pretty good PSA Japanese, like Japanese Jungle, Execute, McDonald's Promo, Mega Dragonite, Vanpy, Houndoom 10, Mewtwo V-Star in a 10, Tag Team, Machamp, Altart, Groudon, EX in a 4, but still a really cool card. That's one of those like real filler cards. I want to say I paid like $5 or $8 for that or something like that, or percentage off of that. Mimikyu 10, vintage hollows, lower grades but affordable vintage hollows and slabs, and Zoroark and the Screamtail PSA 10. Now we're into the English, which there is a crap ton of English. If I can get this stack pulled out. I am very, very, very happy with the amount of English PSA cheaper slabs that I could get here. That's Japanese. Huh. Okay, well, this was sitting on the top. There might be a little Japanese mixed in here if I made a mistake, but I saw that. Those are great filler whatnot cards. Look great. Cheap cards. I think I paid like $45 or $40 for that Flareon. Just a great card. Typhlosion, Giovanni's Charisma, Mega Charizard, Skyla, Switch, Entei. Actually found this at a booth. Usually people put these out at like $10-15. Found it at a booth for $8. Then got to pay a little bit of a percentage off of that. Was happy with that. Picked up 3 of these Mega Charizards from one booth. Pikachu promo. People always love those. PSA 10 Charizard. Steelix, Vintage, Sabrina's Alakazam Hollow. Blaziken in a 10. Origin Form Palkia. People love these. Saw a lot of people asking for them at the shows. When I was like looking at stuff, comping stuff, trying to make deals. Heard a lot of people asking for those, which was interesting to me. Crown Zenith kind of getting some hype with celebrations. Tepig, Mega Venusaur. Always looking for Venusaur, Blastoise. Clefairy Hollow, Shadowless, Ninetales, Spearow, Geodude, Moltres, Pika, Piplup. Picked up a decent amount of these Piplups this weekend. You will definitely be seeing more of those as we go along here. There's 5 stacks of this English PSA. Meowth, Charizard, Reshiram, more Charizard. Obviously, we're always looking for Zards. Victini, Mega Charizard EX, Piplup. I told you, decent amount of those Piplups. Magneton, Magma Aqua Houndoom. I picked this up just to see how it would do. It's actually a pretty decently expensive card in a PSA 6. So I'll be interested to see how it does. Still testing stuff on Whatnot, even though I've been on there forever. Always looking to learn more about what cards work and what cards don't. And so that Houndoom is part of my testing. Shadowless Nidorino. Got more Piplup. Told you, there's multiple Piplups. Oricorio, Dugong. I think I picked up this Dugong in an 8, 9, and a 10 this weekend. Leap, Ho-Oh from Hidden Fates. Nice card there. Unknown Altart. Mega Sharpedo SIR. Meloetta SIR. Infernape IR. Good little pile there. Shadowless Mewtwo Hollow. And a Stuffle PSA 10. I think this Mewtwo is actually not part of this collection. I want to say I've sold it 3 times, or 2 times. I think this will be the 3rd time I'm selling it. And it didn't get paid for the previous 2 times. So hopefully this time it will find itself a new home. But excited to run this. I'm always excited to run the Pokemon Whatnot streams. They're always fun. Especially since it tends to be stuff I think people don't see all the time on Whatnot. Most people on Whatnot are running CGC, low end. Not running like, I'm not saying a lot of this is expensive that you're looking at, but they're not running $150 PSA slabs. They're running, $10 CGC slabs. And so I'm always happy. There's one of the Dugongs in a 10. Galarian Moltres in a 10. Gyarados EX in a 10. Salamence in a 10. But that's what I'm trying to do with my Whatnot is it's harder because this stuff tends to have a little bit worse margins than like buying a $5 slab and selling it for $15 or whatever, or grading it with CGC with a discounted code. I used to have one. I don't have one anymore. But yeah, it's not as great of margins, but I think it's a better show. What I'm trying to get known for, I guess, a little bit here in the Pokemon space. Running a show every 6 weeks is not great, but we'll see. Might try to amp that up a little bit here as we go. Especially when I get to Florida, if I can. A couple of low grades here. I don't know if I'll run these. I probably will, just even if they go for $5. I know I paid dirt cheap for them, and maybe someone will appreciate it. There are tons of people out there that don't care about the grade; they just care about the card. And then I'm a lot like that. I just care about getting it encapsulated mostly, opposed to just having it raw or in a one touch or whatever. Okay, slab's slipping out of my hand. But yeah, I'm gonna try to start doing the pickup videos again and talking about some whatnot stuff here and there. I don't know how I want to format those videos, so might take some time for me to figure that out, especially since I'm moving across the country to Florida. I don't know exactly what I'll get done before I move. I should be moving in September, but I don't know how much I will format this stuff for where I currently live, opposed to just waiting till I get down there. Shining Genesect, Mega Charizard XEX, Lumineon. People asked me a lot for fish Pokemon in the last time I streamed, so we will get that cooking this time. I did look. Can't always promise it, but I try to look. I think this is a pile of a lot of the... I was going to say the cheaper filler, but this Gyarados is a pretty nice card. Halucha. This Ponyta first edition Shadowless, PSA 9, like $100 slab. Another one I wanted to test out. Didn't pay much for it, but yeah, I do want to test that out. Ninetales Hollow, nice Genesect, Lily's Determination, Riolu, Articuno. Did I pick this Articuno up in a 10? I want to say I did, but maybe I didn't. Solrock, maybe I thought about picking it up in a 10. Chansey, Porygon, Guzzlord, Crozma, Mega Gengar, Sneasler, Oricorio, Lopunny, Kingdra, and Blaziken VMAX. So, now we've made it to the real fun portion of this video. If you made it this far, you're probably thinking to yourself, this doesn't look like $20,000 worth of, or $25,000 worth of Pokemon. And you would be correct, because we have these stacks to go. 2 stacks here of the big stuff. SAR Charizard EX in a PSA 10. Some Japanese. This is Korean Sunbreon in a PSA 10. Eevee from the Super Premium Collection in a PSA 10. Shocked this is like a $400 card. Here's $1,000 for you. Leafeon EX, I think it's a $950 card in a PSA 10 from Prismatic. Oh, we're going to get the big boys out of the way here. Mega Charizard XEX in a PSA 9. It's about an $850 card. Mega Charizard EX. Leafeon V-Star in a 10. This Leafeon PSA 10 from the Gem Packs. Nasty card. Those are so nice looking. Articuno V PSA 10 from Chilling Reign. Tag 10 Gem Mint. Charizard XEX Full Art. Alright, we've got Charizard EX from 151 SIR. Lugia, Japanese Neo, Hollow, CGC 7. Wartortle, PSA 10 IR. Mew VMAX Fusion Strike Secret, PSA 10. Snorlax, PSA 10 Secret. Mew, PSA 10 Celebrations. Espeon, SAR, PSA 10. Umbreon Gold Star, PSA 10. This is going to be a crazy Pokemon stream. There are some absolute nukes like this. PSA 10 Mega Gengar EX Japanese. PSA 10 Stained Glass Birds. PSA 10 SAR Japanese Sunbreon. Mega Latias PSA 10 SIR. Blastoise SIR PSA 10 from 151. Zekrom PSA 10 SIR. Umbreon VMAX from Brilliant Stars PSA 10. And the last little bit here. Pikachu Zekrom PSA 10. Premium Collection Gold. Mega Rayquaza from Celebrations from Roaring Skies in PSA 10. Shining Magikarp in a PSA 10 from Celebrations. Sprigatito PSA 10. This card goes like all over the map, but cool card nonetheless. Brilliant Stars Charizard in a 9. PSA 10 Charizard from Shining Fates. Ends Zorark EX in a PSA 10. This card dropped on me a decent amount from when I picked it up at Midwest Monster. Still happy I picked it up, but it did drop a decent chunk on me since then. Sylveon EX PSA 10 from Terrastal Festival. I was going to say Prismatic, but it's Terrastal Festival because it's Japanese. Espeon Neo Discovery Hollow in a PSA 7. Crazy, this is $300 card in a 7. And then, last but not least, Dialga V-Star PSA 10. Like I said, love these golds. Try to pick them up. They're some of my favorite cards in the hobby. Still trying to decide what I want a PC for Pokemon. I sold off my PC when I got into sports to help fund sports, but now I want to get a little bit more stuff for PC. The Melodic SIR is up there. My Gold Star Suicune, I'd love to get that back. It's expensive, but it is affordable. It could do it. I don't know what else. Those are the two like big things on my list right now. There's some Rayquaza stuff, but honestly, I'd rather just get the big boy and get the Rayquaza Gold Star and like a super low grade, but that's a whole nother thing for a whole nother day. But yeah, that is the $25,000 Pokemon collection for Whatnot. So we're going to start it all at $1 on Whatnot. Yeah, we're just going to hang out, chill. You guys know, if you've seen my Whatnot before, we just hang out. No yelling, no screaming. We just chill. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. $1 start, 10 seconds, 5-second increments, the usual. Maybe we'll do 7-second increments since it's bigger stuff, but we'll see. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.